gentlemen, the age of Sigmar is upon us. Look at this. The vast legions of the vampire counts taking on the endless wave of Stormcast Eternals, who, they're looking a bit thin on the ground actually. Mm-hmm. What's going on in here, Mr. Pezapoo?
Well, as you can see, Lord Vandus Hammerhal has come down from the sky, and he's basically checking out what's going on the battlefield. He's left the rest of his Stormcast Eternals up in the celestial realm, you see. And what he's going to do is, because he wants to give them the immune battle shock, so he's down on his hero phase so he can do that.
Yeah, they're just up there in the heavens, topping up their Retributor armour.
They're putting, you know, the brasso that you put on your brass. They're all brassing each other's armour up.
Yeah, they look like the sort, don't they?
They're waxing all their armour, you know.
Yeah, they're having a go at that, while the undead hordes are just down here, ready to just make a horrible mess of this battlefield and spread their filth all over the place.
Now, can you just explain, Andy, why your necromancer's surrounded by zombies?
Yes, this is a very innovative tactic that I've come up with for this game. It's called the zombie square formation, where you place a necromancer in the middle and surround him by a shield of zombies, which is a counter to enemies that might like to fly down from the heavens at any point on the battlefield, so he has to be protected from all sides. That's the thinking behind that. Also, he's got 3 crypt horrors there. We've got a corpse cart, which is going to be buffing up the zombies nicely. We've got 10 skeletons, and then 5 black knights over here. So, what is the Lord here going to be summoning down from the celestial realm?
I think he's going to be summoning down from the sky the winged assassins.
The winged assassins?
The prosecutors of doom.
So, what's the rest of this stuff then, for those not in the know?
These are liberators. So these are just your standard sort of troops, you know, one hammer. These are the retributors. So they've got quite a good thing where they can smash extra wounds with the hammers. And they've got a rend, I think. These haven't got a rend. These haven't got a rend. This is just another squad of liberators, your standard troops with their prime, which basically just gives them an extra attack. And this guy, he can do lightning bolts, and he can also do a heal ability. He's the Lord Relictor. But obviously the guy with all the attacks and the meatiness is Lord Vandus Hammerhelm himself.
Right, so obviously the undead are outnumbering the Stormcast Eternals a bit, so the sudden death victory condition is Assassinate, so if he kills the Necromancer, he's going to win automatically. We have got some mysterious terrain here. Yes, this one, and that house over there will give you +1 to your bravery. This is the magically imbued area over here. This wood with the magic wishing well. That will give you +1 to your casting.
Which would have been amazing if I had any wizards.
It would have been. Now this is the juicy one. This number 5 here. Because if you start your hero phase within 3 inches of this, you'll either go crazy and do nothing, or go crazy and kill everything. So it could be really good, or it could be potentially really bad if you're standing close to that. So that's a bit of a wild card here. So, let's get started, shall we? Well, the celestial warriors swoop down from the heavens. Look at this. Being careful to stay 9 inches away, because that would just be unsafe when you're flying down from the heavens. That's the recommended distance that they teach you in the flying down from heaven test that all the Sigmarites have to take. So, what's the tactical thinking going on with plonking down all your troops in this position, Mr. Pez?
Tactical thinking. Sorry, I didn't realise there was any of that involved. No, basically, I just want to see what things do. So they've all deep striked apart from the Vandus Hammerhand, whatever his name is. Basically, so that he could give them all the immunity to battle shock in the hero phase. They all failed their charge moves apart from these guys. So the rolls were really terrible. So my thinking is basically, I'm going to try and just thin these guys out as much as I can. And try and get them from the back. I want to take these guys out because they've got 4 wounds each. So I'm going to try and get these in. And
yeah, you did do a bit of damage to them, didn't you?
Yeah, well, not a great deal.
That was with the flaming breath of
that's quite good.
Lizard cat thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But these guys, because they failed their charge, they're stuck next to that potentially dangerous piece of terrain now.
So they're going to do a roll.
So for their next hero phase, that could be a bit dicey for them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the old vampire counts can respond to this. I think it's about to get very tasty very quick, considering how close everything is. Right, it's really getting juicy now. The forces of the vampire counts. First of all, the necromancer decided he was feeling a little bit lonely back there with just zombies for company, so he decided to summon these crypt horrors, and they're just lurking there, preparing to face the might, the heavenly celestial might of these guys. Over here, the zombies have made a little bit of a pile in. They all shuffled over a bit just to help out this fight with the skeletons, and the skeletons lost a couple more models. We have done a bit of damage though, because over here, both these units took a bit off each other, didn't they? One model missing from each unit now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite an even fight. Over here, the Black Knights managed to charge into these Liberators, and they did some damage, didn't they? They killed one,
Yeah.
but they also lost one in return, so another even fight.
It's fairly even, yeah.
Yeah, so looking very interesting. I think these guys are the wild cards at the moment. We're going to see what they can do, whether they can harm this Necromancer before they get taken down by these dastardly crypt horrors over here. And these guys are presumably going to come forward and get into the fight as well. So it's all quite congested and action-packed already. This is the kind of game Age of Sigmar is. It's just in your face non-stop. Right, Stormcast Eternals did get to go first in turn 2, and it's turned into quite a bloodbath. They probed this zombie square defensive formation deeply. They stole the plans to the formation. They've been studying it up in the heavens for years, and they found its one weakness. Wings. You just fly straight over the top of it and land next to the Necromancer.
And you charge phase?
Yep, charged over it. So they managed to do a bit of damage to him. He's still got 2 wounds left, so he's alright for now. The zombies have taken quite a few casualties from the combined might of some of these Liberators and this Lord, what's his name?
Hammerhand.
Hammerhand. Over here, the Black Knights and these Liberators continue to have a go at each other. It doesn't seem like that's going to end anytime soon. And this last Crypt Horror really did some damage over here. He took down, I think, 1 and wounded the last one. So there's total bloodbath, that little fight there.
Yeah, tough.
And Vampire Count's going next. It's going to be interesting to see what these summoned Crypt Horrors can do to turn the tide over here, because the Necromancer really needs some support ASAP, as they might say. I'm not sure the Vampire Counts use that term. So
They say ASAPeth.
Okay, the Vampire Counts in their second turn. The Necromancer didn't fancy the fight, so he decided to run for it. So here he is, running away. And his loyal summoned Crypt Horrors came in and cleaned up a couple of flying, pesky, moth-like nuisances that were buzzing around here. And the zombies are looking very thin on the ground now. They've just been cut down mercilessly by everything. There's only 2 of them left, and look how far apart they are. They're getting very lonely. Corpse Cart decided to charge into this combat to help out. I don't think he actually did anything, but the skeleton managed to finish off one of those Liberators. Over here, a wound was done to a Black Knight, and nothing back, nothing in return. The Spectral Steeds have been useless so far. I think they've rolled 1s constantly. And over here, what's the name of this unit again?
He's a Retributor.
The Retributor managed to kill off that Crypt Horror that he was slugging it out with.
That was a good duel, that was.
It was. So, the Necromancer's still alive, 2 damage. It's going to be interesting to see who goes first in turn 3. That could be quite pivotal. Okay, guys. Turn 3. The Stormcast Eternals got to go first, again. And it proved to be quite pivotal, because the Lord Hammerface, he saw him running for the hills, and he fired his flamey dragon breath and killed him in a single blow. The Necromancer bursts into flames and dies, and with that the game is over, before the Crypt Horrors could get in there. So, that was kind of a last gasp attempt from the Lord to bring down the Necromancer before he got bogged down by the Crypt Horrors. So, some sneaky thinking there from Mr. Pezapoo, and he now has a 100% record in Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
So, are you pleased with that performance?
I enjoyed the game, and there's loads of stuff where you're thinking about tactics, and whoever says there's no tactics, they've never played it.
Well, you heard it here first. Age of Sigmar has tactics. Game 1 in the books. Stormcast Eternals 1, Vampire Counts 0.